What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nour Trades and I bring you another Sunday stock watch list. So last week we had a whole bunch of things happening, things, pushing, things dying. Your favorite stock or favorite stocks died, AMC, GameStop, a few other popular names that were, that were killing it for maybe like a week or two. But they died last week. Now it's back to reality, and we'll go more into detail about what really happened. But first, I have the schedule for this week. I like to always provide the schedule so you guys know what's going on during the week, any specific meetings. So screenshot this. If you want a clearer picture, go to Trade Like Nour, my trading account on Instagram. A few things that I'm paying attention to. You definitely want to look at Jerome Powell speaking on 2 p.m. on Wednesday. This is Eastern time, and then you have James speaking on, what is that? Oh, no. Sorry, Jerome speaking on Wednesday, James speaking on Tuesday, James also, John speaking on Friday. So a few things you want to pay attention to, screenshot it so that you have this prepared, you know what's going on throughout the week during specific times. So just in case you're trading, you want to be, on edge about what's going on. So you have the schedule, let's talk about earnings. So we had a whole bunch of earnings last week. You guys must know what went on last week because you guys followed it. You guys have Chegg coming up this week. You have Twitter, you have Cisco, you have Lyft, you have Uber, you have Zynga, GM. Chegg likes to move, Twitter likes to move, Lyft and Uber like to move. Cloudflare I'm paying attention to. Disney I'm paying attention to. They announced that they were opening up their parks again or looking to opening up their parks. Coca-Cola is reporting and a few different things that are reporting. So also, if you follow earnings, screenshot this. It's not to play earnings, but you want to know what's going on so that you can play the pre-run up or the after run up or the after drop, whatever the case may be. If you want a clearer picture, go to Trade Like Nour on Instagram. It'll be there. All right, let's get back into the video. Let's talk about what really went on. So last week, I was a little bearish on the week. I was definitely bearish on the week, actually, and I was completely wrong. The market ended up bouncing very strongly. Good thing I don't speculate where the market's going to go. I only base my trading based on certain points. So if a stock never gets to that certain point, I won't play it even though I'm bearish on it. It doesn't matter. I don't like to speculate. So a lot of people try to guess what's going on, and that's how you lose money. So last week, a few highlights. We talked about Tesla. I wanted it under 780. We never got that, so that was never a position. Amazon had earnings very flat. Nvidia still in consolidation. GameStop. So I literally said, I was very specific on it. I said, do not be biased on GameStop, even though you guys loved it. So GameStop, as you can see, I said we were in a wedge. If we break to one side, we're going to break out or break down. Guess what happened? We broke to the bottom side and we broke down. Now, let me show you how crazy this play is. In 2 days, the stock went from 273 down to 60 bucks. And I just want to be specific. So if you followed this trade from last week, you could have easily made that same day, from 270 down to 205, or even if you held into the next day, all the way down to $88. Great play on GameStop. Next trade, AMC, I said we had the same thing going on. We woke up and this stock already had broken out the wedge. So this went from 13 to 18. So if you swung into that next day, which I didn't obviously, it already broke out and it hit $17. Too late. So when GameStop started crashing, started bringing all those momentum stocks and those squeeze stocks that were taking advantage the previous couple weeks from retailers on Reddit and Wall Street Bets, those all crashed with it. So GameStop was clean. AMC, there was nothing you could really do there because GameStop was crashing. Facebook, we never filled the gap. ES, we broke out the channel, came right back in. Roku, I said last week I was looking at 380 support. We never broke it, and we actually bounced off, and it's going to be a play for this week. So let's talk about the plays for this week. So Tesla. First things first. Let me actually take that off. Give me a second. We're good here. All right. So basically, Tesla, we're just consolidating here, but I am looking at this on a bigger time frame right now. Let me just try to get this where I'm trying to look at. Like I said, do not judge all these support and resistance lines. These are from pre-split levels. And it just won't go away because I record on my Mac, but I trade on my PC, and I have all these monitors here, but I don't like recording on the PC. So here, confusing a little bit with all these lines, but I'm looking for a break above 880 so we can go ahead and push 900 again. So once we get above 880 and hold above that 886 level, and even 890, I'm looking at 900 for that full-on breakout. So obviously 900 is going to bring that breakout, but I'm looking for Tesla to get back above 880 so we can get that momentum again. So that's what I'm looking at for Tesla this week. Nothing to the downside on it for now. Amazon. Amazon broke out that wedge after earnings or pre-earnings and then came back down, but it's right back above it again. It's getting the momentum. I'm looking for the 3400 break so that we can get back to that 3420 level. And then that high right before earnings was 3427. Let me actually find that. No, that was right after earnings. We hit like 30 here. Right here, we hit 34.22. We hit a high in the morning at 34.27. So I'm looking for that to break out. Once we get above that, then we can start pushing into the 34.50. And after 34.50, we'll see that 34.78. And obviously, 3,500 will be very important this week. And then we'll get to that all-time high. Once we take out that all-time high, you're going to see Amazon accelerate to the upside. So, first things first, 3,400 is for important, 3420, 3430. Once we take out 3430, we need to take out 3450. At 3450, once we take out 3478, which was the high on earnings day, we can take out 3,500. 3,500, we'll see 3550, that all-time high. Once we take that out, we'll officially be breaking out on Amazon. We're already breaking out here, but it's all dependent on the market. We should, before we go ahead, let's talk about ES. So ES right here, this was the channel I talked about we broke, but we also caught some support here. So what I did was I started from that low we had back in March. This ended up bouncing right here at 34.27, and then this ended up bouncing on that support. So basically this support right here is the support from March, and we ended up bouncing perfectly off of it, which was weird because we broke this channel for the first time since November, and then now we're back at the top of it. So if I go to the 20-day, we're, approaching the high of it. So if we're looking for the market to take another leg up and maybe see 400 on SPY anytime soon, once we break 3,900 on ES or 390 on SPY, this will end up to be this will be something that takes us to that next level in the market for that breakout. So keep an eye on that lower band right here that I was talking about from March. As you guys can see, we have a uptrend right here from March that we bounced off a few times. So 1, 2, 3, it looks like it's some support to be paying attention to. And if we break that to the downside, obviously the market would be more bearish because that's, I wouldn't say our long term, but that's our, medium term support that's been holding up. So now we're trying to see if we can bounce and maybe break this high right here at 3,900. So that's something I'm paying attention to. DKNG, I don't usually trade this stock. I think you guys didn't see it last week, but we're breaking out here. So if you put this, I can draw something for you guys. Give me 1 second. I would like it on the 1 year. Yeah, so what I'm looking at here is I'm looking for this to be held right here. It's the 64 level right here. So 64 level, as you can see, we're just kind of consolidating here. The high was like 64.75. So if I put this on the 4-hour, yep, 64.75. We're kind of consolidating in this area. I want to see DKNG take out 65. Once we take out 65, DKNG likes to grab some momentum. So I'm looking at some long calls on DKNG. But first thing we need to take over is 65. And then what was the other one? Yeah, so we'll just finish with that one, the DKNG trade. So the next thing I'm looking at is Square. So Square, we talked about this long trade. I told you any position at around 200 will be a nice long-term position. We ended up bouncing all the way to 240. So next level I'm looking at this is 247. After 247, we're going to look for 250. And after that, we're going to look for the next leg up. So Square, momentum is very nice here. I'm looking to the upside. ZM, we've been talking about this. I've been talking about this for a while. We just needed to take it to 400 level, and 420 was next. Guess what happened? We took out the 400 level Friday. We hit 420. We have a gap from 435 to 460. So if you like gap plays like that last Netflix one I gave you, this is the one to play. Maybe buy, a month or two out and, trade that. But for me, I'm going to be more of a day trader in and out for ZM, seeing where I can catch the momentum, where I can't. So ZM, that's the trade. I'm looking for the 435 gap to 460. Google had a phenomenal earnings. I think that's back-to-back phenomenal earnings for it. If you put this on the 5-minute, I'm looking for the 2100 break so that we can break out, and then we're going to take the high at 2106. That's the all-time high. Once we take that out, we can get a nice little rally. Google likes to move when it has momentum. When it's not, stock's dead. Contracts have a widespread, not worth playing for me. But when it has momentum and this thing is actually moving, that's when it's time to actually trade it. Roku, stock is great. You know, whenever this takes a dip, this ends up moving. So I talked about the 383 support from last Sunday. We ended up bouncing off of it. We never broke below. We're back at this all-time high. I'm looking for the momentum above 448. So if we can get above 448, but the first thing we want to take it out on. Here, let me put this. Was this a 4 hour? I don't remember what I liked it on. Let me see. Yeah, I think it was the 4 hour. So if you draw a line right here, you can see we wick here every time. So obviously we have a high at 448. We just don't have a full candle. We can even lower this a little bit. So 443, 444, you can see the stock has been wicking there, and no candle has closed above. So I'm looking for a candle to close above this on the 4 hour, above 444. Once we take that out, and once we hold, we'll look for 448. Once we break that, we'll break 450. Once we break 450, we're looking for the next leg up on Roku. And you guys know when Roku has these legs up, it's so aggressive. So that's something I want to ride and see if I can catch the full move on. Shopify. Shopify at all-time highs here. I'm looking for the 1300 breakout. Very simple, very plain. When it breaks these full whole numbers, I'll show you guys what it looks like. 1200 break was right here. Hold up. 1200 break was here. We pushed that same day to 1284. So things that I like to be paying attention to are the full numbers on Shop. When that breaks out, that thing actually moves, and I love it. In the meantime, spreads suck. We talked about ES, NVIDIA, same garbage. It's been in this consolidation for so long. Nothing to do. Do not rush this. I can actually move this to the right a little bit. Do not rush this. Wait for the breakout. I'm actually going to wait specifically for 560 because we keep waking up here. So I'll wait for that 560 to break. Once we break 560, this is off. I might get some long-term contracts on this, and that'll be the play. So those are all the plays for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and you guys know what to do. Comment down below what other videos you would like to see on this channel. I'll see you guys